Happy New Year, YouTube. It is January 1st, 2024. I have been um, wanting to make YouTube videos for a few years. Never make the time for it. Never put the effort in. I always find other things. So, been sitting on some ideas, a few ideas this past year. Um, I've been making some big moves this last year. I've been telling myself that this will be the year I'm going to start taking pottery more seriously. This will be the year. This is it. The year of the clay, the year of the pottery. And it never happens. Always something comes up. But this has been something in the works for a while. And I'm super excited and motivated to keep driving forward. My name is Dan Jacuti. Nice to meet you. And I'm going to start off with a studio vlog. My space isn't quite ready yet for like good content, I think. So this is gonna be, I think a studio vlog will be a little rough around the edges, a little more raw, a little more behind the scenes of what's going on in the studio and in my life and everything. My name is Dan Jacuti. I've been doing pottery for about 15 years ish, on and off. I started in 2008, I believe, and really was terrible. I sucked. It took me like 2 weeks to make one little thing, but I really loved it. I loved it. I loved it, and I just didn't give up. I just kept like taking as much information as I could because I was just so obsessed with it. And I wanted to change my degree at that time, and like I want to pursue this now. Like, this is my life, but I already changed my degrees like 4 times at that point, and I was almost done with my program. So I'm like, I can't change again at this point in the game. I'll just do this. I'm not going to stop doing this because I love it and it's important to me, but I won't change my degree. And that's what I did. And I went into business school, went to a small business school in Detroit or Troy, Michigan. And I got my BBA in marketing and stuff like that. And like, went down that route, and I kind of like, bounced around in living spots and everything. And I didn't really have much access to clay, in my apartment lives and everything, and like, living with some exes and stuff. I would take a class here or there to have access to a studio. And I've been teaching pottery for over 10 years now, on and off. So I would teach too to have access to a studio and have my hands in the clay and everything, but it has been the solid 15 years. And I think about where would I be, or my talents would have been, if I would have kept driving forward in pottery. But hey man, that's life. You can't really change the past, you can only change the future. You get to focus on what's the positive things and progress, which is what I'm doing now. I am 35, going on 36, and I'm gonna have a kid next year. So like, I've been just, this past year, 2023 has been crazy year, and I made a bunch of progress and stuff, and I'm like ready to launch this little business and hopefully do a YouTube channel. But I'm gonna have a kid now, so now it's like the stakes are higher for sure, because I can't just quit my job. I need my insurance and everything. So this is gonna be a hard push outside of my day job. But I'm ready for it. I'm really excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so of January of last year, 2023, I almost signed a lease on a building to start a pottery studio in my city. And I was looking around for a building for a few months. And my wife was like very supportive of me in my my endeavors, in my art and everything, and like small business stuff, which is great. But sometimes she's a little too supportive, and she was like, I wouldn't say she was pushy, but she was really trying to get me to go for it. She's like, we got to do this. We got to get a business. We have to go forward on this. So I was like really close. I found a building. I ordered 5 new Potter wheels, which was over 10 grand. I got a HELOC for that I'm still paying on. Um, and I almost signed the lease. It was the week of, and the landlord started changing things. He almost doubled the deposit down, and he just there were some things that he was acting funny on, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna do this. This doesn't feel right. The building has some leaking issues that wasn't corrected yet. I mean, the building would have been great. It would have been a great building, but so glad that it did not, because I could not have paid for all of that. There's no way. I'm just, shoestringing this, bootstraps up to my throat, trying to make this all work and everything. Yeah, I worked a lot last year, which is good. So I had a little more money to play with and progress, but I would have needed so much more, um, a way bigger loan and way more money to pay for everything, which I didn't have, and I wouldn't have had the time to fix it all up and to start the business like I would have wanted to. So after that debacle, I decided that no, I'm gonna start where I'm at. I'm gonna start with what I have, and I want to start from the ground up. I'm just gonna tie together what I have available. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna start really small, and I'm going to work on that and what I have access to now, and try and build up and expand on that, and maybe one day I can afford, and I'll be in a good position to get a business front, either for an art gallery for my pottery, my art, or a studio for my students. But after that debacle with the landlord and that business that I almost signed on, I just started really cracking down on my garage. So I have maybe a 2.5 car garage that's detached, and in the past I had a gym in here. I had like squat rack and everything. I had a decent little gym area. I had a small corner for my pottery. I had a small corner for like woodworking, and like a small corner for like my garage stuff, like tools and everything, and like yard tools. And it was real hodgepodge. I've got an issue with trying to do too many things at once. I just love everything, and I just bite off way too much than I can chew. And I have an issue with focusing because I love everything and love doing all the things. So I'm like, screw this, screw all of this. I just need to focus. Need to focus on pottery. This is my one thing. I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna grab a hold of it. I'm gonna grow on this. I'm gonna nurture this one thing that I'm really passionate about. I'm the most invested in too. So pick pottery. So I kind of gutted it. I took out all my stuff and I began insulating the walls and redoing all the walls and everything. And that took all year. It took just so long, and I chose to do wood. You can see in the background a little bit here. I'll show you in a second. Because when I first started doing the project with the garage, it was cold. It was like March. It's like February, March. Yeah, I think it was early March. Um, and I'm like, I can't do drywall. I can't do drywall in a month. It's just too cold. So if I do wood, if I work with all my scrap wood, I can just start early, and I'll be done by the time it gets warm enough to start doing pottery and stuff. It'll be fine. So yeah, I started. I work in a wood shop. That's my day job. I work at a pallet, crate, and box shop. We do military stuff and the big three and some aerospace. And I have a lot of. We throw out just tons of wood a day, just tons of wood, and it's kind of sad. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit because there's just so much waste. But I have access to a lot of wood. You know, a lot of things. If it's scrap, it's free. So I've been really taking home a lot of scrap. I've been breaking down a lot of hardwood pallets and things. I just spent so much time and energy on collecting and like processing either the wood that I had or more wood throughout the year at work. So I made like my walls, as a kind of like a jigsaw, puzzly, abstract art deco thing. And different kinds of wood, different shapes and sizes and thicknesses. Um, I tried to make every variable as variable as I could, so that it was, there's no kind of like pattern or anything. So yeah, that literally took all year, and I thought I was doing pretty good. Come like September, October, um, because the walls were done, and I thought I was kind of ready for winter. But once winter came or really set in, and the temperature started really dropping, I realized that I was not ready for winter because I didn't have a ceiling. And all of my heat just goes right up into the ceiling and it's all gone. And I had a lot of cracks and a lot of holes and a lot of drafty openings that was not letting my little studio space be warm. So spent the last few months finishing some things. I got my garage door all enclosed and insulated and everything. And now I'm working on the ceiling. And I'm almost halfway done with the ceiling. It's coming along okay. Better than expected, maybe, but it's still been pretty tricky. And I'm excited because I feel like once I get the ceiling up, it'll be a lot more, it'll be a lot warmer in here, and more, better insulation and more climate controlled and everything. And I'm ready for it, man. I'm really ready to start making pottery consistently on a regular basis. And I'll be making more videos. That's about what I want to make videos on. But yeah, so that's where I'm at in my studio. I'm just making this the best space that it can be so that come spring of 2024, I can start having some gatherings in here, start maybe trying to teach a little bit, do some workshops. I'm currently kind of working on my website that I've been putzing around with for the last, I don't know how many years. I've been paying for this website that I've had for years and I've never used, and it's just such a waste of money. But I haven't made things to post on it, so it's like I couldn't really use it because I didn't have the stuff to sell on there. But I've been putting time towards that, getting that ready and everything. So let's do a little tour here. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. But that's just how it is. It's construction zone. It's progress. That's what we have here. What's this button do? That is a picture. How do I change you? Can I change you? Okay, pause. Okay, so I can't change the camera, which is a bummer. But I can probably just move the camera around. It's gonna kind of suck, but it's fine though. So here's I'll start over here. My wedging table that I made. My wedging table area. I'm doing my reclaim and my clay processing. Oh, let's do this. This is probably terrible to do it this way. It's not bad though. Okay, first video is gonna suck. I'm sorry. So here, in my reclaim area, got my walls, my nice walls that I spent so much time on. I'm not sure how to seal them. I'm a little worried about that. They might expand and be all terrible, but I'm just kind of sleeping on it until I figure that out. Over here is my kilns. I've got 3 kilns. One is out of commission right now. It had a short and a bit of I wouldn't say a fire, but some wires melted and it wasn't very good. But I've got my big one here, which has been right here, been working great. My small one's doing fine. I had a mini split installed earlier in November. It's trying to beat winter, but it doesn't help me much because all the heat goes up. Just pretty sad. Over here, I have all my glaze making stuff over here. I mean, chemicals, my ingredients and everything. And over here, but I got all my shelves I just put up recently. I've got my wheels in the middle. I've got 6 wheels total. And I also have a wheel over here for trimming like a dedicated trimming wheel. Yeah, it's a pretty good space. I'm gonna have a lot of space, and I have a few more projects after the ceiling goes up, I have a table over here right now, like a decent sized bench. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna have a giant bench that starts here, goes all the way to the end of that wall. Boop. It's like one giant hand building bench for people that want to hand build things. And I'm going to have a bench back here, with a lot of drawers, and I'll have that for all my glazes. So each glaze will have a drawer, and I can just pull the drawer out, do my glazing, and push it back in, and it should be nice and organized and clean and good. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm hoping. I've been following Mr. Beast, selling my little tour, kind of a crappy tour. It's a real mess in here because I've been taking stuff out of the ceiling and putting the ceiling up and everything. Definitely construction zone. So I'm hoping to give you guys a legitimate tour once it's all done and ready and nice. But anyways, though, I've been following Mr. Beast for a while, and I've been trying to take in as much information and like listen to him and what he has to say about making content and YouTube videos and stuff. So he says, do 100 videos. You're gonna suck. You just gotta start. Do 100 videos and then talk to him. So my goal is to do 100 videos and see if I can't get him to do pottery with me and talk to him about making YouTube videos. Maybe him and his team, maybe him and his friends. I don't really know. But that's my first goal. I'm hoping to have I want to have celebrities. I want to have musicians and stuff and people that I admire and really love, and they're people that I think are great human beings. And I want to have them do pottery with me and talk about what they do and what they're passionate about and what they're good at and stuff like that. So if I can that's my first goal for like celebrities or people that I admire and look up to. I hope that I can one day have Mr. Beast in my studio and have him do a video with me and talk about YouTube videos after my 100 videos are done, like he asked. So I'm going to start doing I'm going to call this the Mr. Beast challenge. And the challenge is to do 100 videos, like he says. He says do 100 videos. It's a challenge to me. Go ahead and do it and see what happens. Hopefully, each video I want to improve, like he says. Do 100 videos, suck it up, improve. So that's my goal. Just gonna do the content, make the videos, and improve. So here we are. I'm going to be making these studio vlogs. So thanks guys for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around. I hope that you stick around and follow along, and hope that you guys too can come over and do some pottery. It'd be great. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. You're gonna have a great year, guys. I cannot wait. Woo!